Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Lubbers, the whiskey professor from my home bar here at Burns Corner. Just want to say hello to everybody. I'm going to talk today about Evan Williams and specifically Evan Williams Single Barrel. But welcome to my bar. This is Burns Corner. This is my bar at my house here at my condo. Hope that everybody can come down to Kentucky and join me for a bourbon here. As you'll see, I've got my bottle and bond collection, all 16 that I can get here in Kentucky. And in my bar, I got my shelves up here made with barrel heads. And on the top here in the ceiling, let me move this up top because this is the most beautiful part. There is my ceiling, which is all bourbon barrel staves that are run along the ceiling up there. Quite proud of Burns Corner here. So I hope you get to join me sometime. So, Evan Williams Single Barrel. I talked a little, just for a couple minutes, on this great bourbon and the history and heritage, and hopefully answer any questions you might have about it. Evan Williams Single Barrel Vintage. First of all, it is the only vintage dated single barrel bourbon on the market. What that means is every barrel comes from one specific year. This particular bottle comes from barrels that were distilled in 2002 and filled that year. So on the back of every bottle, you will see handwritten the dates that it was barreled and the dates that it was bottled. And it's always right at 10 years old. 10 years old is Parker Beam's favorite age of a bourbon. Parker Beam and his son Craig are master distillers, and Parker's been doing this now. This is 2014. He's been in the business for 52 years. His favorite age is 10 years old. He likes the single barrel products as well. What that means is every barrel is dumped individually and then bottled up from that one barrel. Most small batches, all small batches, are a mingle of more than one barrel. So not just one barrel, but more barrels mingled together, and then it is all proof then and bottled all from those barrels. These are bottles taken from one individual barrel. What that means is the barrel is numbered back here. This is barrel number 998, as you can see. And so if you get a barrel that's different than that number, it's going to taste a little bit different than the other barrel. A small batch, like our Elijah Craig 12, is a mingle of barrels. So there's no barrels listed because it's a mingle of many barrels, 75 or less in our case, is what Parker Beam deems a small batch. And then it's going to be a little bit more consistent from bottle to bottle. So that's the magic of small batch, is it's more consistent from bottle to bottle. And the magic of single barrels is it might taste different from barrel to barrel. And that's why we number the barrels on there. This is at 86.6 proof. So it's a nice light proof. It is 86.6 is a little bit different kind of a proof. The reason it's 86.6 is Craig tells me when they were taking samples, and this is an example of some samples. So this one says EC12. So this is an Elijah Craig 12. But same thing happens when we use 10-year-old for samples. When they were getting the barrels together, it's all blind. They just kind of list it like this. They don't list the proof. They don't list anything but the age on there. So they know what they're tasting. So they get, and they put a little bit in each glass, and they all taste, and they have a tasting panel along with our master distillers, and they get together and they say, oh, we like this one. And when they all agreed that was the favorite one that they liked at the proof that it was, they proofed it because there were different proofs when they tasted it. And it came out to be a quirky 86.6. So ever since 1992, when they came out with Evan Williams Single Barrel, that's the proof that they use every time. So that's why it is an 86.6 proof, and how we came along and actually do tastings. Evan Williams, the gentleman whose name's on here, is also what our flagship brand, Evan Williams Black Label, is named after. And Evan Williams is the first distiller in Kentucky. It says on the bottle, was he the very first distiller in Kentucky? No, there were people distilling before Evan Williams came here, but he was the first licensed distiller from what we look back at the records and can tell. So we honor him with his own brand, and Evan Williams Black is the number 2 selling bourbon in the world. And so we honor him with a single barrel in 1992. When they first came out with the single barrel, and it has been named American Whiskey of the Year 5 different times. And every year it gets looked and people look forward to the next vintage. Right now we're in vintage 2004. It means every barrel that was filled is marked that from that year, and so the next year it comes out. It is a nice light. I will read you a review from John Hansel, who is the gentleman who does Whiskey Advocate magazine and does the Whiskey Fest here in the United States in Chicago, New York, and San Francisco. So John Hansel, he writes about Evan Williams single barrel that is sticky toffee, maple syrup, and vanilla cream notes up front are followed by candied fruit, refreshing mint, and spicy cinnamon. Dry, resinous oak finish. Kentucky's answer to a beautiful sherried Speyside single malt scotch. Outstanding. And that's what he says about Evan Williams single barrel. I'm not big on giving tasting notes. I think people smell and taste different things differently. And so when I nose Evan Williams single barrel, as any bourbon, I part my lips. I don't just jam my nose right into the glass. I kind of put it close to. That way I can get the aromatics going. I can smell it. And then when I taste it, I put it in the center of my mouth to give it a little chew. Distributes it through my mouth. And that vanilla is very prevalent. That's the number one tasting note you're going to get from a barrel. That's about the only tasting note that I personally give to people because vanilla is so prevalent in any Kentucky bourbon. This is nice and light. It's easy. It's flavorful. You can mix it in cocktails if you like, but I just kind of like it neat. Maybe a little splash of water if necessary to open it up just a tad. A lot different than the Elijah Craig 12, which has 2 more years of aging and a little bit higher proof at 94. This is woody and spicy. You're really going to that 2 more years in that barrel. You're really going to get more wood notes. This is and beautifully balanced. It's great. It's just a different flavor profile. This at 10 years old, Parker's favorite age. Parker loves this. This is his favorite. You go to his house, this is what he's going to offer you. Does that mean it's our best bourbon that's out there? Well, in his opinion, that it is. That's why we make more than one expression of them all. So that's the difference between Elijah Craig 12 and our Evan Williams single barrel, and then that is our little my little encapsulation of Evan Williams single barrel. I hope that you go out and enjoy it, and I hope that if you have any questions about any of our products, you can go to my website, which is www.whiskeyprof.com. Or you can also go to bardstownwhiskeysociety.com. That's all one word, bardstownwhiskeysociety.com or whiskeyprof.com. Thank you so much, and thanks for everything you do for us. And I hope to see you right here at Burns Corner, where we can enjoy some of my favorite bourbons. Thank you very much.